We just don't have it in our budget. He said, "What say I just sponsor your video?" And this song is very close to my heart. Growing up in East Kentucky, my daddy hauled coal in the early 70s, mid 70s when coal was really booming. And he was in just a ferocious accident, one that you shouldn't have walked away from. And I remember the night before the accident, me and my brothers were sitting on the couch, and my mom walked in the room, and we were watching Dukes of Hazzard on one of the 2 channels that we had on our TV. I think we had 2 channels. Y'all remember those days? And she turned it off. And that's one thing you don't do in front of a bunch of redneck kids, is turn Dukes of Hazzard off, but she did. But my mom, she could whoop our butts, so she wasn't worried about it. But we said, "What's going on?" She goes, "I just got a really uneasy feeling about your dad. And I think, I just feel like we need to pray." And I can remember, I was probably 9 years old, her turning that TV off, and me and her and my brothers bowing down at the coffee table in front of the couch, and her saying a prayer that God would look over him and protect him. And lo and behold, he had the accident that night. And, he walked with a few scratches on his arm. And if you see the pictures, you'd understand where I'm coming from. So I tried to write this song for a lot of years, and it kept evading me. And then the last night before we went into the studio to record the Apple Pie Moonshine CD, these words flooded my brain, and we were able to put it on the last album. I'm going to close with this song and give God. A lot of people were responsible for letting me be here, but the number one guy that makes it possible is the man upstairs. And I'm glad I know him. On a long and lonesome highway just south of Birmingham, with a load of steel on 18 wheels was a tired truck driving man. A long hard week and not much sleep had begun to take its toll. They said he never hit his brakes as he left the road. Waiting back in old Kentucky was his precious family, his 3 kids and loving wife were down on bended knees. Like all the nights before, they asked God to keep him safe. And that night their prayers were needed at mile marker 98. It was 18 wheels and Jesus that went flying off that road, over the hill into the trees. How he survived, no one knows. He must have rode on wings of angels, and they cushioned all the blows. It was 18 wheels and Jesus brought my daddy home. To this day, I still remember the look on my mom's face when my daddy walked through that front door. began to embrace. The tears of happiness streamed down her